Hello, Vault Dwellers and Wastelanders! My name is Kyle, and I will be your overseer for this episode as we take a look at Modiphius's Fallout 2D20 TTRPG rulebook. This is the core rulebook. This is made by Modiphius Entertainment in conjunction with Bethesda. Again, this is the official rulebook for Fallout TTRPG. There are other games out there, but on today's, we're going to take a deep dive into this. And this is going to be my very first time using a camera that is spying on from above to show this off, so I'll try and put the book up there nicely on the screen. This book is what I would call necessary for almost all game masters for this. You really can't skip it. There are some game master guides you can get out there that are supplemental, but I think this is the most important. This is going to set out the primary rules for the game. It should also be noted that back here on the shelf, I do have the expansion guides that we can take a look at later, the Settlers book and the Wanderers book. I recommend the Wanderers a bit more. It has a little bit more meat to it, but both of those are great assets. They add things like settlement management from Fallout 4. They add vehicle profiles so you can actually ride around in APCs and motorcycles and vertibirds, all the rest. A great bestiary in the back of the Wanderer's Guide. New origins for your characters, which are sort of like starting classes. That's a loose comparison. Basically just to say you can get a lot of information out of that. So what does the core rulebook have? Well, we're going to leaf through it together. We look at the contents here. Welcome to the Wasteland gives you a little background, what you need to use the rulebook. Then it goes into core rules, skill tests, action points, luck. It goes into combat, talking about how to heal, how to damage the environment, what environmental impacts give you. That's also elaborated on further in other books, which will be an ongoing trend when we talk about Modiphius, that they've split a bunch of the rules out between other books as the game has evolved, so just something to be aware of. And character creation talks about everything from picking your special attributes down through choosing your equipment. Next chapter is just that. Equipment, everything from obtaining it to energy weapons, to consumables, to books and magazines, miscellaneous. We go into survival, like staying alive and crafting. Here's a cool section, Chapter 6, Corporations of Pre-War America. This is about building out that background. It talks about raw materials and energy corporation, manufacturers, service conglomerates, big tech. We're looking next at vault-tec in Chapter 7, talking about their core principles and goals. Principles. Talks about vaults in the Commonwealth. This book is oriented towards a Fallout 4 playstyle, but it can be utilized anywhere in the Fallout universe in any timeline. Just note that this is very centric to Fallout 4. Our campaign is in Appalachia, so it's just proof that you can take it wherever you want. It's also 200 years before the Commonwealth campaign, so just so you know. Chapter 8, though, is focused on the Commonwealth key events, locations, encounters, plots. Chapter 9, game mastering, managing the rules, safety. We go into denizens of the Wasteland. This is about different NPCs. It looks to be the bestiary in this book. Then they go in Chapter 11 with a bang or a whimper is a pre-gen campaign in there. I believe that's the one that's supposed to help you get into the game as if it were your very first time playing. It's supposed to walk you through incrementally the steps. I have not played that, but that might be something we host this summer. It's got 3 different sections to it. So anyway, let's dive in so you can see what we're looking at. It's got some great art out of the book. I think this art's actually from the Fallout 4 concept art book, but you'll see other very familiar images. There's a lot of Alt Boy in here. Really great designs, really like it. So we'll just start skipping through just a little bit. I already shouted out a lot of what you can see, but you got core rules here, skill tests. If we want to do episodes breaking this stuff down in more detail, we can definitely do that. Although I believe the YouTube account by the name of Three-Eyed Townie does a really great deep dive. Kind of sad to see that creator is just, I don't think, active on anything anymore. He has this great series. Maybe he made it in conjunction with Modiphius. I don't know. But he has a series that talks you through almost all of the rules of the primary game. And then it kind of fell dark after that. So I'm hoping that just by showing off some of this, maybe I can bring a bit of love back to the Wasteland. And as we're going through this, I just want to tease out, here's some origins here. This is, let's pause on this one. These are only the ones in the primary game book. This is elaborated on in all the others, but your origins, Brotherhood Initiate, a ghoul, a super mutant, a Mr. Handy with different variations. You can choose a different type of Mr. Handy here. You can choose what pincers you want. Maybe some of that's elaborated upon later, but just so you know, that's a little bit of a tease. Survivor, Vault Dweller, and then we're getting into choosing your perks list, which are huge. There's a lot of perks to choose from in this book. And those perks are all very beneficial. They're the perks you know from other games: strong back, solar powered, steady aim. Like, you know some of these perks, and they all come back to life with authenticity and real commitment to it in this book. There are problems with this rule book as we're leafing through. I'll kind of talk about it. We start to see it maybe as we get to tables. The physical book has some errors in it that you're probably going to want the digital accompaniments. If you buy this from Modiphius's website directly, you do get those as a PDF automatically sent to your email. So while you wait for this to be mailed to you, you can be looking through the PDFs. The PDFs which have all of the revisions and updates in them. So I was talking about tables there. It's kind of rumor in the community that some of these tables don't actually fully math out, that there's some missing stuff within them. I am repeating hearsay that I've heard and trust myself. I've seen some things in this book that in general just show you there's some flaws. They really should have given it another pass by an editor or two. But that being said, it's still Fallout that we love. And what's Fallout without Bethesda bugs? It's just part of what we expect. That being said, the community has done a lot of heavy lifting and have made a bunch of rolling tables and other things like that you can go check out. You can get, especially Ziggy on the Fallout 2D20 subreddit. Ziggy has become a pillar of the community. Absolutely phenomenal Excel sheets, Google Sheets that just do a lot of heavy lifting for you when it comes to this calculation stuff. I approached this game that I wanted to do as much of it pen and paper as possible. However, it's a lot. It's a lot, and I couldn't imagine doing it without some digital help. It's definitely doable, and if you have infinite time, if something were to happen, you don't have power, you can do it with the book. Don't worry. But at the same time, these are long tables, and rolling can be a long process if you use it like that. So hopefully this tour is proving a little interesting to you all as you get to check out locations. Again, gorgeous artwork throughout all of it. We've flipped through origins and armor. We've talked about perks. Right now we're into the history of the game. I think that's Liberty Prime right there. We're looking at service conglomerates like US Robotics Disposal. Hubris Comics is in here. A lot of stuff for you to dive into. Strongly recommend you getting this book. It's really key. It lists a lot of vaults in here, which is great. But the rules that you see from this book, they're going to be elaborated on throughout the entire system. That's a great vault-tec picture right there, huh? Start of Fallout 4. Although it looks inverted, right? The house should be flipped, so I don't know if they did that or the art did it. Vault-tec is spelled correctly out there, so if you flip it, but the door was on the other side. I'm going to bring this episode to a close. If you want to check out this book in more detail, please go check it out on the Modiphius website. I'll pull you to the bestiary. Let's see if we can do that. Here we go. Bestiary before we go, so you can just see some of the creatures that are in here, Brahmin and the rest. But if you go and buy this from the Modiphius site, use the code BTAILS at checkout. We get 10% in commission. You get 10% off. We also have codes to the Bethesda gear shop in case there's anything you want to grab, like the vault-tec hoodie I'm wearing. I think it's already on sale, but our codes this week are BTAILS16, BTAILS17, and BTAILS18. So if you want to get 20% off of the hoodie and other merch, you can use those. I get a kickback from that as well. But share the Fallout love. And if you're interested in trying out this game for yourself, we're hosting summer sessions, which are open to everybody. You can check out other videos on this channel. You can check out my TikTok and check out our primary channel, which is Tales from Tomorrow Fallout. We do that up on YouTube, our primary sandbox campaign every Sunday. But this summer, we're opening up, doing a lot more. If you're just buying these books or you're trying it out for a very first time, this could be great for you. It's going to be a very much onboarding session. We're welcoming new players to the table, all about fun and making Fallout friends in the community. So check it out. All of our links at tftfallout.com. That's talesfromtomorrowfallout.com, tftfallout.com. You can find everything there from our Discord server to the TikTok link to the YouTube channels, primary and secondary, all alike. We'll look forward to seeing you this summer. Take care, Vault Dwellers and Wastelanders. Bye-bye.